Imagine you're a Minecraft god, fighting mythical creatures, and battling the Greek gods for power for 100 days. On day 1, I spawned in as a tiny little demigod. Whoa! Why do I have a beard already? While I was wandering around, learning my surroundings, a villager spotted me. The villager wanted me out of the town and got the iron golem to try to kick me out. Oh, please don't hurt me, big guy. I started running away when my speed increased. What's happening? Why am I so fast? And I can jump super high. I was now wearing Hermes wings. This was now giving me a speed and jump boost. Where did I get these boots from? After running for a while, I found an abandoned castle. I can rest and hide here for the night. Little did I know that this tower was not fully abandoned, and I was attacked by spiders. Oh no, please don't bite me. I'm a god among men. I didn't have any weapons, so I had to run away. I need a better place to hide for the night. I came to a house in the middle of nowhere. Hello? Anyone home? No one was there, so I stayed inside for the night, hiding from the mobs, since I didn't yet know how to protect myself. For day 2, I started cutting down trees and mining stones to make some tools, like an axe, sword, and pickaxe. Ooh, I'm so hungry. I have to find food quickly. Luckily, I had found chickens roaming the land. I used my sword to kill a few of them and gather their meat. With the stone I acquired, I made a few furnaces as well. I better cook this meat so I don't get sick. I went back to the house I found earlier, but it turns out someone was already living there. The villager was not happy with me staying at their house and tried to kick me out. The villager charged at me, but luckily I stopped them with music. Take this! Wait, what? Apollo's lure? I can use this to paralyze anyone who tries to attack me. I kept using Apollo's lure to paralyze the villager over and over again. You're not touching me, you stinky old villager. After a few hours, I realized that this was wrong. I shouldn't be doing this. I should be a kind god, not one who tortures his followers. I will stop this foolishness. Even when I stopped, the poor villager was still afraid of me and ran away. Wait, no, come back. Oh man, I'm sorry. On day 3, I noticed that my hunger bar was going down. I guess even gods need to eat. I headed back to the village from earlier, trying not to be noticed, and I stole their vegetables. Ooh, this hits the spot. And just like that, I grew full-sized. Heck yeah! And I have 20 hearts now. However, my celebration was cut short when the iron golem attacked me. I fought back with my stone sword and blocked up to dodge his attacks. But just then, my sword turned into a gauntlet of some sorts. The golden fleece? This looks awesome! I used it to defeat the golem, leaving the villagers unprotected and scared of me. I only kill those who oppose me and those who do not worship me. If you change your ways, you will be spared, and I will give you a full, prosperous life. The villager seemed skeptical, so I spawned in a compost, turning him into a farmer. The villager thanked me for giving his life purpose, and they wanted to repay me. How about a place to stay for the night? The villager took me to a hut with a bed and left me to get some rest for the night. For days 4 and 5, I woke up to the sound of villagers screaming. I have to help them! There was a huge red figure with strange purple hooks and a huge helmet glowing red from the inside.
Back to the ground, you insignificant worms.
I tried to stop the fires, and all of a sudden, I was holding Poseidon's trident. How does this work? I threw the trident and a large amount of water spawned on top of it. Okay, now everything is flooding. Great. I couldn't help but wonder where all my powers were coming from, and I wasn't the only one who was asking this question.
Curious. You have the power of the oceans, just like my uncle. I will need to converse with my father about you, little demigod.
They then left the village, forcing me to help the villagers rebuild what was damaged.
Huh?
You're welcome. I'm here to protect you, as long as you continue praising me and doing my bidding. The villagers were grateful for me, and I was feeling more and more power being given to me through their faith. I went mining for iron to make some iron tools and armor for protection. I'll make an iron pickaxe and sword. I even have enough to make myself an iron armor set. This will protect me from those spiders. I needed to learn more about my powers. It seemed like they only showed up when I needed them most, not when I wanted them. It's time to figure out how to control my abilities. While I was pacing in a field, I saw a 3-headed snake in the distance. Whoa, a Hydra! This is the perfect time to test out my new powers and defeat it! I went straight for the Hydra in hopes of using my newfound powers to take him down. I'm going straight for its heads. As I began to fight the Hydra, I soon came to realize that I was no match for this beast. It was way stronger than me. Okay, nope, the Hydra is overpowering me. Even my godly gifts can't destroy this snake. I tried to use my stunning ability and tried it, but I had to run away. They just weren't working. I'll be back for you someday. I returned to the village to catch up on some rest, but when I got there, the villagers had a gift for me. They had made me a garden filled with flowers and a fountain, all dedicated to me. Wait, what's this? You guys put a sign right here. It says, subscribe to Bronzo. That's a great idea, because only 13% of our viewers are actually subscribed to the channel. So if you aren't subscribed already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe now and turn on notifications. After a long day of mining and battling, I needed to finally go to sleep and rest. Ugh, what a wild couple of days. This sleep is gonna feel so good. I had a long dream that lasted all of day 9, and I was in the presence of Zeus.
Hello, my son. Welcome to Olympus.
Wait, you're my father? What a shocker. You're like everyone's father. I asked him if he knew about the giant red guy that was burning down my village. Was that Hades? Destroying villages sounds like something he would do.
Hades? No. My brother is not an evil guy. Just because he's god of the dead doesn't mean he wants people dead. Don't believe everything Disney tells you.
So who was that then?
That was your half-brother, Ares, the god of war.
Was that village at war with another village?
No. Ares brings violence everywhere he goes, trying to spread war and famine.
I have to stop him, but I need to grow my powers first.
That is correct, my boy, and you can do it, for you are Bronzo, god of mining.
But how can I stop such a powerful god?
Harness my powers, find my lightning bolt. That will be your first step.
But where do I find it? Zeus started to fade away as I awoke up from my deep sleep. Now I knew what I must do. Find the lightning bolt and destroy Ares to save the world from his torment. For days 10 to 12, I began to search for Zeus's lightning bolt so that I could defeat Ares. Where could Zeus's power be? I better start looking. As I was searching for Zeus's abilities, I ran into some creepers who were not happy. They're chasing me! I gotta fight them off! Some of the creepers exploded while I was fighting them. Actually, most of them exploded. You creepers are no match for a god like me! Whew, that was a close one. I wonder who or what lies within these trees. I better start exploring. As I began trekking the jungle, I ran into some of the locals. They called themselves the Mandragora. Hey little guys, what are you up to?
A giant! Please, do not hurt us!
I'm not gonna hurt you guys. I only hurt people who oppose me.
Thank you. What is your name? We are Mandragora.
My name is Bronzo, god of mining.
Is there any way you can help us, Bronzo? Our goddess's pomegranate is missing.
What's in it for me? I'm on a mission myself at the moment.
Goddess Pomegranate may be able to help you in your quest to rescue her.
Okay, fair trade. I'll help you find the goddess's pomegranate. I went onward to look for the Mandragora's goddess. Maybe she can help me find Zeus's lightning. I better start searching through this jungle. Where would a goddess be in here? I looked all over the place, but no sign of goddess's pomegranate. Instead, I ran into something else. Whoa, is that a hippogriff? It is! As I got closer, I noticed the hippogriff wing was broken. I had to help it. Hey buddy, are you okay? Would you like to come with me? I can help you. I'm a god. Great, come on, let's go. I'm looking for a goddess whose name is Pomegranate, I think. Okay, let's go on an adventure. We set out to look for the pixies, who might know where the pomegranate is. Hey, you need a name. How about Happy? Happy the Hippogriff. On days 13 through 15, we were able to discover the Pixies' base. Oh, this must be it. As I approached the base, the Pixies didn't seem happy to see me. The pixie attacked and started firing explosives at me. Whoa, is that the pomegranate? It looked like the explosives were coming from the pomegranate. They were strong, but as we were fighting, Athena's shield popped into my inventory. This should do the trick. With Athena's shield, I blocked the pixie's fiery attacks and killed them all. Yes, get wrecked. Once the pixies were killed, I gathered up all their pixie dust and scooped up Hera's pomegranate. You can use the pixie dust to float. Here, Happy, now you can fly again. Next, we began the journey back to the Mandragora's base. Between days 16 and 19, I returned to the village of the Mandragoras with Hera's pomegranate in hand. But when I finally got there, the village was on fire. Oh no, not again! I searched through the smoldering rubble looking for any survivors. Come on, there has to be somebody. I turned to the familiar sight of burning and destruction. I was face to face with the god of war, Ares.
I've been waiting for you, Bronzo.
You did this. Why?
To get your attention. You are but a fledgling god. The gods of Olympus sit upon thrones of lies. Their domains are rife with deceit and corruption.
None of what he was saying made any sense. Deceit and corruption? What are you talking about? Why would the gods do that?
Because gods are selfish. Look upon how I have ravaged this land. Not a finger was lifted by your gods. Since you are my kin, I implore you to join me in my war against the gods.
I don't believe you. There has to be more to this. I refused to join Ares in his campaign of conquest.
I will be victorious with or without you. Standing in my way will only result in more misery.
He finished by saying he would give me time to think about his offer, and then disappeared in a huge flash of light. He's lost his mind. I returned to the original village I was making my home at. When I arrived, the villagers offered to make me a castle. That seems like a huge undertaking. The villagers had all the manpower needed, but lacked the stone to build it up. I can get the stone if you want. Before I knew it, I was descending deep into the bowels of the earth. My trip was going great until I saw, is that a Gorgon? Oh no. The Gorgon whipped its head around. Her mane of snakes writhed and hissed as she drew closer. Don't look into her eyes. Don't look into her eyes. As long as I can avoid that, I'll be fine, right? Suddenly, a villager had apparently followed me into the caverns below. His gaze met the Gorgon's, and his body was instantly petrified. No! There's absolutely no way I can deal with this right now, but I'll be back. With that encounter behind me, I returned to the surface and brought the loads of stone I collected to the villagers. This should be enough, right? On days 20 through 22, I started to help the villagers build a castle using all the stone that I had gathered. We built massive walls, tall spires, and even a grand throne room for me to rule from. I also put stained glass to give it a really cool sun effect. Wow, this is amazing! I sat down on my new throne made of gold, and it felt perfect. Building this castle was such a great idea. The villagers worked up an appetite building the castle, so I decided to go searching for some livestock. Thankfully, I was able to find some cows, pigs, and even chickens. Welcome home, everyone. We started to take care of the animals and breed them, but it became painfully clear that the villagers had no idea what they were doing. I guess we have some work to do. I taught the villagers about farming. Thankfully, they were fast learners. After some lessons on breeding, killing, and cooking the animals, the villagers gathered enough food to throw a large feast. While we were eating, Happy kept reminding me that we desperately needed to find Zeus's lightning bolt. For days 23 through 27, I continued my search for Zeus's lightning bolt. Maybe I should check the ocean for answers. Poseidon might be some help. I need to make a boat so that I'll be safe on the water. Luckily, I have all the material for one. As I set sail, I quickly ran into some of the ocean dwellers, who might be able to help me. Hey, what are you doing out here? The ocean is a dangerous place.
For you, maybe. But for me, this is my home. I'm a siren.
I'm in no danger. I'm a god, you see, the most powerful being in all the lands.
You remind me of Poseidon. He was a great god.
Was? What happened to him? The siren told me Poseidon has been missing for hundreds of years, ever since Ares destroyed Atlantis and sunk it even further into the ocean floor. I have to look for him, so he can help me, but I'll drown if I go under the ocean water.
You are a god. You know that you're capable of breathing underwater, right?
I am a god. I gotta try and see for myself. I jumped off the island and went beneath the water to see if I could breathe, and it worked. I can really breathe in the ocean depths. I better start looking for Poseidon. As I swam in the dark depths of the ocean, I ran into some drowned. Oh no, drowned are up ahead. As I battled, I noticed Apollo's lyre worked even better in the ocean waters, but the pomegranate would just float down. I should use my shield. Just then, lightning struck. It seemed Athena's shield harnessed some of her father's powers, but only for protection. You guys are no match for my abilities. I'm a god. I was able to fend off all the drowned and continue my search for Poseidon's army. On days 28 through 32, I stumbled across a coral reef, and it was completely surrounded by hippocampuses. Whoa, they're everywhere! As I was searching through the coral reef, one of them spotted me. As they began to charge me, I whipped out my trident, and they immediately stopped.
Do my eyeballs deceive me? It's the almighty Poseidon!
Oh, no. He's my uncle. I'm actually looking for him, though. Do you guys know where he might be? The hippocampuses explained that only the Elder Guardians would know where he may be. Thanks for the help.
Don't mention it, kid.
I left the coral reef and set out to find an ocean monument. Thankfully, it didn't take long, and I found one pretty quickly. Sweet, that wasn't hard, and was immediately struck with mining fatigue. What the heck? It was the Elder Guardians, and I tried to fight them off and even reason with them, but they wouldn't budge. Please, I just need some help. I tried to defeat them the old-fashioned way, but my hits weren't effective. I desperately needed milk to ward off their effects, but I was losing focus and couldn't control my powers to conjure some. Oh no, I gotta get out of here! I fled the ocean monument and started to head back home to get some milk. On days 33 through 36, I arrived back home at the base, and the villagers were ecstatic to see me. Is it a statue of me? The villager was sad that I guessed it right, but we're still super excited to build a statue in my honor. So I found some sheep in a field near the castle and brought them home for the villagers. Welcome to your new home, guys. Just then, a villager did something I didn't know was possible. Oh boy. After gathering sheep for the villagers, I decided it was time to go mining to upgrade my tools. I scoured the mine for diamonds and was able to find enough to craft a diamond pickaxe and sword. These are perfect. As I was making my way to the exit, I happened across a group of angry trolls.
Boy, where do you think you're going, puny god?
The trolls lunged at me, using their numbers to try and overpower me. They were not the smartest fighters I'd come across, and I killed them with ease. Take that, stupid trolls. As the last troll died, he dropped an item I hadn't seen before. Whoa! Power gloves! I equipped the gloves, making my attacks more powerful while I was wearing them. These are awesome! When I arrived back at the base, I used some of the iron I gathered to make buckets and milked the cows. The ocean guardians won't know what hit them. After collecting enough milk, I stopped by the villagers' building project to see how it was coming along. Wow, you guys build fast! The villagers had already finished a good portion of the legs of the statue, and it looked great! I can't wait to see when it's finished. On days 37 to 39, I made the trek back to the ocean monument. As I arrived, I was immediately greeted by 3 ocean guardians. I attacked them with my new power gloves. I was far more powerful this time. I easily killed 2 of the ocean guardians, and the last one surrendered. Tell me what you know about Poseidon. The ocean guardian told me that Poseidon had locked himself away in a deep ravine guarded by sea monsters. They gave me a map that pointed towards where Poseidon should be. Thanks, and sorry for killing your family. I left the ocean monument, following the map to the ravine that the ocean guardian spoke about. That should be it, but there's so many monsters! The entrance to the ravine was absolutely swarmed. I tried to kill as many as I could, but there were far too many.
Don't worry, I'll help.
The hippocampus from earlier showed up to help me fight. Together, we killed them all. Thank you for helping me, man.
No problem. I've waited all my life to meet Poseidon. It's a dream come true.
Just then, a rogue sea monster snuck up on us and killed the hippocampus in 1 hit. No! I avenged the hippocampus's death and then began the descent into the ravine, hoping Poseidon was there and the hippocampus didn't die in vain. On days 40 through 43, I finally found Poseidon's lair, deep in a ravine beneath the waves. What is this place? It's so dark and humid.
Who goes there? Reveal yourself at once.
Wait, don't attack me. I'm a god just like you. My name is Bronzo.
Bronzo? There's no such god. Prepare to feel the wrath of Poseidon.
I don't want to fight. I need your help to defeat Ares. He's burning down innocent villages. Someone has to stop him.
What of it? This world was made for the taking. It is the right for gods like us to rule these lands to conquer the weak.
If you agree with him, why don't you fight by his side?
His battles are none of my business, and you should do the same. Now go before I change my mind.
I learned that Poseidon was going to be no help in taking down Ares. Maybe I could change his mind if I show him his own trident. Wait, before I leave, I want you to look at this. It's your trident. I acquired it when I was in grave danger. Please, you must know someone else who can aid me in my quest.
Go forth and seek Hades, ruler of the underworld. He may be of great knowledge on how to defeat Ares. Good luck.
As I was about to leave, the ceiling of Poseidon's lair exploded and water rushed in. Oh no, the roof! This place is gonna flood! As the hole in the roof got larger, Ares entered and struck Poseidon with a swift blow. No! Ares, you're a monster! You'll pay for this!
This is but a mere warning, Bronzo. Do not get in my way, or there will be more lives taken just like Poseidon's. More dead gods. Soon, the third brother will be taken down.
I began swimming up in a panic. Ares had gone mad. Third brother, Hades. I won't let you take any more innocent lives, Ares. Just you see. I returned home, and between days 44 and 49, the villagers gave me some bad news. What is it? They told me the Gorgon from the underground was going crazy and petrifying every single miner that ventured into the caverns below. Though I am a god, I can also still be petrified. The villager handed me a blindfold to help me avert my gaze from the Gorgon. I told them that they needn't worry about it anymore and ventured down into the Gorgon's caverns. Oh! I heard the familiar sound of hissing snakes and the slithering of scales across the rough stone floor. So I put on the bandana and charged the monstrous creature. Hey you! Take this! I tossed Hera's pomegranate in the Gorgon's general direction, but couldn't tell if it hit or not. Jeez, I could barely see with this thing on. She could poison me and was trying to turn me into stone with her glowing green eyes. However, in the heat of battle, I unlocked a new item. Whoa, Artemis's bow. But how am I supposed to shoot what I can't see? I took a deep breath and listened to the sound around me. As I became more in tune with my surroundings, I started landing hits on the Gorgon. Yes, it's working! My last arrow from Artemis's bow embodied itself in the Gorgon, eliciting her death throes. I won! Yes! I removed the blindfold and picked up the head of the Gorgon as a trophy.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Turns out she was guarding some diamonds, which I happily mined and made into a helmet. When I returned with the head, the villagers were so grateful, but I also wanted to test out the head's power. Maybe this thing still works. Hey cow, come here. Okay, it does still work. Sorry about your cow, dude. The villagers gifted me by continuing construction on the statue, finishing up the torso, really bringing out my toned abs. On days 50 through 53, Happy and I had to get serious about visiting the underworld and searching for Hades. Shh, just pretend! We needed some obsidian to build a portal, so we hit the mines. Jackpot! Luckily, we were able to find plenty of obsidian and brought it back to the surface without issue. Happy, you should stay here. We need someone to watch over the base, and I don't want you to get hurt again. With Happy agreeing to stay behind, I assembled the portal, lit it, and entered the underworld. I made it! Time to find Hades. As I began to explore the underworld, I suddenly conjured up Hades' Serbius staff into my hands. Whoa, what does this do? The staff shot out some bubble-like beam, but it didn't seem to do anything, as much as I would try, so I just kept it in my inventory and continued searching for Hades. In the distance, I saw a fortress. I decided to see if any of the locals may know where Hades is, so I approached some blazes, and they did not seem happy to see me. I just want to talk to Hades. The blazes had no interest in talking, and neither did the wither skeletons, so I had to kill them all and defend myself and continued on the hunt for Hades. On days 54 through 58, I finally found Hades. Hades, I've been looking for you. Ares is coming to try and kill you. I explained the situation to Hades, and he seemed confident.
We have much to discuss, Bronzo.
Hades then explained the reason why his staff wasn't working for me.
That staff you are holding instantly banishes mobs to the underworld. Since you are already here, its powers are mute. Do not use it too often, though, as it has a chance of banishing you as well.
I'll be careful with it, I promise.
Now, Now, let's discuss Zeus's lightning bolt.
Hades explained that the bolt was being guarded by a powerful dragon in their lair, and I'd have to defeat them to retrieve it. As he was explaining, though, we had an unwanted visitor.
Why, hello there, Ares. We've been expecting you.
Well, I hope I didn't keep you waiting for too long.
Suddenly, Ares lunged at Hades. They started scuffing, and I joined in to help. Ares was way too powerful to fight. He did so much damage and could really take a hit. I had an idea, though. I whipped out the Gorgon's head and tried to get Ares' attention. Hey, Ares, you big smelly nerd. Look over here. As Ares turned to face me, I used the Gorgon's head to turn him into stone.
Well done, Bronzo.
Is it over?
I'm afraid not. The Gorgon's petrifying gaze won't last for long.
Hades used his power to send Ares back to the overworld for the time being. Thanks for everything, Hades. You know, for the god of the underworld, you're a pretty chill guy.
Thank you, Bronzo. Before you leave, take this. It should help you upgrade your tools.
Hades gave me Hephaestus' anvil, which I stashed away for later, and then began my journey through the nether back home. From days 59 to 62, I journeyed back home and took my new staff for a spin. Let's try it on some hostile mobs. With one fell swoop, the zombies and skeletons were dragged down into the underworld. Awesome! The next morning, one of the villagers approached me. They wanted me to build a temple, but lacked the materials needed for concrete. Since I am a benevolent god, I can get those materials for you. I dug up sand and went underground for gravel. And when I came back to the base, I encountered some skeletons in the field. Oh, they're so far away. And there's no way I can get closer without being pelted with a volley of arrows. Just then, the crimson black keys of proximity projection showed up in my hands. It's a set of daggers that don't do that much damage on their own, but they have a special ability. I can teleport. This thing is awesome. With the crimson keys, I swiftly dealt with all the skeletons. I collected their bones and broke them down for the white dye required to craft white concrete powder. The blacksmith had a solidifier chamber. This allowed him to turn the powder into a solid concrete. Thanks, broski. With the building materials all gathered, the villagers constructed a temple in my honor. I loved it so much that I gifted them with a bountiful feast. On days 63 through 66, I used Hephaestus' anvil to upgrade all my godly tools. Whoa, this is awesome! That dragon won't stand a chance! As I was about to head out to hunt down Zeus's lightning bolt, I was stopped by a frantic villager. Happy tried to convince me to continue my journey, but I couldn't. I had to help my followers. Don't worry, little guy. I'm on the case. I began to follow the villagers' directions to where the Cyclops cave was, but as I was searching for it, Zeus appeared before me.
Bronzo, do not fight the Cyclops yet. You are not ready.
But Dad, I have to try. I can't just let those villagers die.
I see. Entering your rebellious teen years, aren't you?
It's not a phase, Dad. It's my job as their god.
Well, if you insist, then here, take this.
Zeus gave me Aphrodite's golden apple.
Good luck, Bronzo. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Zeus then disappeared, and I continued searching for the Cyclops' lair. As I was exploring, though, I ran into a pack of death worms, and they attacked me. Stay back, you gross worms! Thankfully, my upgraded weapons made it super easy to kill them, and I continued on with my search. I had to find the Cyclops' hideout, so on days 67 through 70, that's what I did. This must be it. Look at how big the structure is. With my new upgrades, I had to prove to Zeus that he was wrong. Come fight me, you one-eyed freak.
Hey man, why you gotta make fun of my eye? That's kind of mean. I'll make you pay for that.
My gifts were not working as well as I was hoping, though. Come on, I can't lose now. I've come so far. Using Hades' staff was not an option here. If I did, it would send all my loyal villagers to the underworld along with the Cyclops. Just drop already. You're no match for a god, no matter how big you are. I was taking a lot of damage, but luckily, I ate Aphrodite's apple to heal me back up, and it gave me resistance. Yes! Try to hit me now, you big idiot! Even with the resistance, the battle still continued. This thing just wouldn't die. Eventually, my resistance wore off, and I thought I was Cyclops Chow until I unlocked a mystical staff. Whoa, what is this? A new godly weapon! Take this, you oversized baby! As I used the mystic staff, I obliterated the Cyclops. This staff was indeed godlike. The Cyclops is no more, my fellow villagers. Let us rejoice. The villagers were both thankful and afraid of what they had just witnessed. Come on, let's get back to the village and celebrate. On days 71 through 74, the villagers were so grateful I killed the Cyclops that they finished the statue of me as a gift. As much as I wanted to stay and admire their handiwork, I had unfinished business. I needed to hit the road again and hunt down Zeus's lightning bolt. Thanks, Happy. Let's do this. Happy and I traveled through the tundra, searching for the dragon's lair. As we were exploring, though, we were ambushed by an army of undead beasts. Oh no, this isn't good. The beasts attacked us, and we had to fight back to defend ourselves. I used the Crimson Keys and Hades' staff to get in range of the beasts and banished them to the underworld. Have fun visiting Hades. Thankfully, I was able to defeat all the golems without accidentally banishing Happy as well. Huh, it must not work on my friends. That's convenient. Happy and I resumed our travel through the tundra, continuing to search for the dragon's lair. It was on days 75 through 78 where things got really interesting. I found the dragon's lair. Happy and I fought the dragon together as a team, but it was no easy opponent. Come on, Happy, we got this. We can defeat the dragon with teamwork. The dragon swooped down and attacked us with crazy flashy lightning powers, enough to light up an entire city. Look out for the lightning, Happy. One good strike and we're gonna be toast. Luckily, I had my upgraded godly gifts to fight against the dragon. Hey, dragon, how do you like the taste of pomegranate? Not so good, is it? The dragon was split into pieces and died. Yes, we did it! We slayed the dragon! Could this be? Yes, it's Zeus's lightning power! I can use this to finally defeat Ares! When I acquired the lightning abilities, I also gained an extra 10 hearts. This is so awesome! 10 extra hearts! I'm really starting to feel like a god now. Before we left the dragon's lair, I gathered as many diamonds as possible. Check it out, Happy. I got Zeus's lightning abilities. Let's test it out. After doing some testing with my new ability, Happy and I headed back home. On days 79 through 84, I returned home, and the villagers were ecstatic to see me. They said that they wanted to give me something as a gift, but weren't sure what. I know, you guys should build more homes. I also told the villagers to invite more followers to come live with them. The villagers split up, some leaving to search for more followers to join them in their village, and the others beginning to gather materials and build more houses. They even used some of the leftover material to build a larger farm to feed everyone. This looks amazing, guys, but I'm feeling pretty pooped though. It's been a long few days. I'm gonna get some rest. I made my way back to the temple, and Zeus was standing there, waiting for me. Dad, you're here!
Yes, Bronzo. I've been very proud of what you've accomplished so far, but I have a challenge for you.
Zeus wanted me to test myself further by taking on the Hydra again. I'll do it. I'll defeat the Hydra.
That's my boy. They grow up so fast.
On days 85 through 89, I said goodbye to the villagers for the meantime. Don't miss me too much while I'm gone, and set out to search for the Hydra. In my travels, I met a strange Banga tribe and asked them if they'd seen a Hydra. Yeah, in fact we have. We loved the Captain America movies. Good for you guys, but that's yeah, you know what? Okay, bye. They weren't able to help me, so I kept moving, and soon I ran into a godly-looking kid. Hey, have you seen a Hydra around here? I'm supposed to slay one.
No way, that's the kind of epic adventure I usually go on. My name's Percy. Who are you?
Bronzo. I'm the god of...
Yeah, sounds cool. I saw the Hydra in a field over that way. Good luck, man.
Oh, all right, thanks. I followed Percy's directions and came face to faces with the Hydra. All right, time to earn my dad's respect. I ran in and attacked the Hydra, dodging its heads and striking it with lightning. It was no match for my powers. I even started flying as I evaded its attacks. It took so long to take the beast down, but in the end, I stood victorious. Yeah, I did it. Did you see that, Dad? Above me, Zeus nodded his head in approval. My mission was complete, and I headed back home. On days 90 through 93, I arrived back at my base and was greeted by a whole host of new villagers. Wow, welcome to your new home, everyone. I announced to my followers that I was finally able to defeat the Hydra. While the villagers were busy celebrating my victory, I decided to slip away and finish my diamond armor set. Yes, that should be just enough. I used the diamonds from the dragon's lair to craft the rest of my armor, and I was looking good. Ares won't know what hit him. I decided to use Hephaestus's anvil to try and upgrade my lightning powers. Whoa, it worked! I waited until night to find something to test it on. Take this, you stupid mobs! The lightning killed a ton of mobs all at once. That's amazing! It did have some small side effects though.
What happened to me?
Oopsie! I arrived back at the village on days 94 through 96 to find that disaster had struck. Oh my gosh, what happened here? No kidding, this place is completely ruined. If you do, you'll just be feeding into his power. You need to stay here and help me bring peace. I was able to convince the villagers not to declare war, and we spent some time rebuilding the village. But while we were at work, a band of pillagers began a raid. Leave my villagers alone. They've been through enough. I used all my powers to kill them, keeping my village safe, and returned to the rebuilding efforts. On days 97 into 98, tension was running high as we rebuilt. Many of the villagers told me they were scared that Ares would return to finish what he had started. As long as I'm here, you will be safe. I promise. I will stop Ares. After finishing up the bulk of the reconstruction, Happy let me know that it was time to go find Ares. To everyone who has followed me thus far, thank you. If you want to perform a true show of devotion to your god, be sure to subscribe, like the video, and let me know down in the comments what mob I should do next. I set out with Happy by my side. A few hours into our journey, we were encountered by a group of strange pink and brown creatures. Happy told me they were called spider pigs. Are they friendly? As if on cue, the spider pigs sprung into action and swarmed us. There's so many of them! Suddenly, I felt something strange. I have Ares' blade! Well, there's no better time to get a new weapon. Hey-ya! I set the spider pigs on fire with Ares' blade, making quick work of those strange creatures. Yeah, don't mention it. Seriously, I never want to talk or think about those things ever again. Happy and I continued on our way, but I was left wondering why I gained some of Ares' power. On day 99, I was traveling through the desert when I ran into Hades.
Bronzo, you've made it. You are nearing Ares' Colosseum.
Yes, I'm finally going to defeat him once and for all.
I believe in you, Bronzo. Be careful, though, as Ares will be by far your toughest opponent. He lives for the sole purpose of inflicting violence and destruction.
I know I can take him.
Yes, now go. Make your father proud, Bronzo. Go defeat that monster.
I thanked Hades for the words of encouragement and continued on with Happy towards the Colosseum. As we neared closer, though, we ran into a group of gusters. All right, Happy, I think we're gonna have to take them down. We fought the gusters, and they were strong. Their hollowing wings did a ton of damage, and while we were able to defeat them, Happy was injured in the battle. Don't worry, Happy. You need to heal. I will take down Ares alone. He can't continue his path of destruction. I bid Happy farewell and continued my journey to Ares' Colosseum. It was now day 100, and I made it to Ares' Colosseum. It's time to face my destiny. I entered the huge structure, and there was Ares waiting for me.
Welcome, brother. Come to join me in my quest to rule everything?
Never. I'm here to bring this world peace and rid them of your evil.
The gods are corrupt. We must stop them together.
You are just as ignorant, if not more. You killed Poseidon. He would have joined you in your quest, but you were just too power-hungry to notice.
It seems that we would not be compatible partners to rule this world. Prepare to die.
We started a fight, both of us having great powers. They had fire and could summon up purple spikes, as well as summon green swords that fired at me, and the heads of fallen warriors that would follow me until they hit me. But I had all my godly weapons, along with my lasers and teleportation daggers.
You think your weapons are enough? They are just fractions of us gods' powers. Even with all of the other gods' strengths, you still couldn't defeat me.
I am a god too, and I have my own powers as well. The fight was long, and we were even in our capabilities and power. Ares could withstand a great amount of pain. They even had the ability to summon swords out of thin air that would be thrown at me. Eventually, I had enough and needed help, and to hide for a moment. I ran into the side of the Colosseum, where I found Zeus waiting for me.
Bronzo, take the Olympus blade. This will finish him and banish him from all worlds.
Why didn't you give me this earlier?
I needed to know you were worthy. Quick, finish the battle. Save the world.
I took the blade, and with one swift swing, I finished Ares. Yes, he's gone! I won!